There's a silence that hits before the breaking point, a moment when the smile fades, not in public, but in the mirror. You're still functioning, still doing what's expected, but inside something won't let go. The wound that keeps reopening, the question that keeps echoing. Why does it still hurt? Why hasn't it passed? Not because the pain is severe, but because the story surrounding it remains unchanged. Because you've been carrying what was never yours and resisting what was never your fault. That's how pain survives, fed by silence, shame, and unchallenged beliefs. But what if healing isn't about being over it? What if it's about seeing it clearly, holding it differently, and finally letting it go? In today's episode, we'll explore 9 stoic and spiritual keys that break emotional loops and guide you back to your power. Not by fixing the past, but by shifting your relationship to it. These aren't tactics, they're tools for transformation. Not surface changes, but quiet inner revolutions. Welcome to Stoic Philosophy Daily, where your story matters. Share your experience or your biggest struggle below. Every comment you leave is a gift. Here, your voice matters. We read with care, answer with heart, and treat your journey as part of our own. This is more than a channel. It's a circle of strength. If you're ready to stop replaying the pain and start rewriting the path, drop a comment. I'm ready to release what no longer belongs to me. Let's begin. 1. What you resist persists. Why does the pain stay, even long after the moment is over? A betrayal, a loss, a disappointment. The world moves on, but inside you, it still echoes. It surfaces in your moods, in the way you flinch from love, in how you spiral over small things. And here's the trap. The more you try to get rid of it, the deeper it digs in. Because pain doesn't feed on strength, it feeds on resistance, on tension, silence, and the stories you rehearse but never question. You distract yourself. You stay busy. You even heal to avoid feeling. But the wound remains because the war never stopped. Healing doesn't begin when you outrun it. It starts when you stop, breathe, and finally face it. Not to dramatize, not to deny, to see clearly. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke." Imagine emotional pain like a wave. Fight it, and it knocks you down. Breathe through it, and it moves through you, not because it disappears, but because you stop wrestling the ocean. Surrender is not weakness. It's refusing to be shaped by what already happened. It's letting the war end so something new can begin. You're not erasing the past. You're releasing its grip on your body, your breath, your sense of self. You can stop pretending it didn't hurt and still decide it won't define you, because the enemy isn't the pain. It's the armor you built around it. So ask yourself, what pain am I still resisting? And what would finally heal if I stopped fighting it? At Stoic Daily, we believe healing begins when you stop running from the truth. Comment below. What are you ready to surrender, not to lose, but to be free? 2. Acceptance isn't surrender, it's the door to peace. Acceptance is the shift that frees you from the prison of what should have been. How many hours, days, or years have you spent replaying regrets, rewriting conversations, or resenting a reality you can't undo? This is quiet suffering, the kind that keeps you stuck in a battle against the past, hoping resistance will change what's already done. But real strength isn't found in fighting what you cannot change. The Stoics understood this truth. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Acceptance doesn't mean you agree or approve. It means you stop letting old wounds bleed energy into the present. The more you fight the tide, the more exhausted you become, and the storm still rages. Imagine a swimmer caught in a river's current, fighting desperately to go upstream. The water pushes harder, muscles burn out, and all progress vanishes. Only when you stop struggling and accept the flow can you turn sideways, find calmer water, and reach the safety of the shore. Acceptance is not passive. It's the wisdom to stop exhausting yourself against the unchangeable so you can act where you have true influence. Try this. Notice where you're still resisting reality. What memory, event, or loss do you keep replaying? Ask yourself, what does holding on to this story cost me? What energy would I reclaim if I accepted it as fact, not fate? Acceptance doesn't erase the pain, but it removes the weapon. Only then can healing begin. At Stoic Daily, we believe peace starts with clarity, not control. Drop in the comments. Acceptance is my starting point. What truth are you finally ready to sit with today? 3. Let go of pain. Reclaim yourself. Your ego clings to pain because it's familiar, not because it's healing. Think about how often you find yourself retelling an old hurt, sometimes to others, sometimes just inside your head. That story starts to feel like protection, a suit of armor that justifies your reactions and shapes your identity. The ego tells you, this wound is who I am now. I was wronged. I was overlooked. I never got closure. And as long as that narrative plays, you stay stuck, trapped not by what happened, but by the story you've built around it. Carl Jung saw this deeply. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. Letting go of pain means letting go of control, and for the ego, surrender feels like erasing yourself. Even the attention or comfort pain brings can become addicting, heavy but familiar, so you keep looping, blaming, justifying, seeking validation and never moving forward. The Stoics knew this trap well. Seneca warned, "You act like mortals in all that you fear and like immortals in all that you desire." The ego acts as if pain is eternal, as if you can't be whole until justice is served. But true peace is found in release, not explanation. Your soul doesn't need your pain performed for the world. It needs to be felt, grieved, and finally set down quietly, without an audience. Try this. Notice the stories you keep replaying about your pain. When does your mind start looping the old scene, or your words circle the same explanation? Pause, breathe, and ask, is this pain still happening or just echoing in me? Experiment with loosening your grip. Don't rip the story away. Stop feeding it. Imagine who you'd be without that pain as your anchor. What would you do, say, or feel if you were free from needing it to prove anything? At Stoic Daily, we believe you are not your pain, not your past, not your ego's survival script. Drop in the comments. I am ready to set down my old story. What weight are you ready to let go of today? 4. See the pattern, break the cycle. Repeated pain isn't just bad luck. It's the unconscious playing out old stories, hoping for resolution. You might leave a relationship, set new boundaries, and promise yourself never again, yet still find yourself entangled in the same hurts. The truth? What you don't heal, you repeat. Not because you're flawed, but because your nervous system is wired to seek completion for emotional wounds left open. Picture your mind as an old record player, the needle stuck in a single deep groove. Even when you change the song or the person, the same melody of pain repeats, looping endlessly. Most patterns begin in childhood, shaped by moments you barely remember, a parent's sharp word, the feeling of being left out, a lesson learned in loneliness or chaos. These moments plant beliefs. Love means I'm not seen. Vulnerability is dangerous. My needs are too much. They sink quietly into your operating system. As years pass, those beliefs solidify into roles. The fixer, the pleaser, the silent observer. Each new situation pulls you right back into a familiar script, as if you're cast in a play you didn't audition for. Jung captured it clearly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The Stoics knew that awareness is the starting point of freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception. That's why you can change jobs, partners, or cities, but the old ache finds a way back in. Your mind is searching for closure, but it only finds repetition until you wake up to the pattern itself. Try this. This week, when something triggers a strong emotion, pause and ask, is this reaction about the present, or is it echoing the past? Trace the feeling. When did you first learn to respond this way? Whose voice are you replaying? Your own, a parent's, a teacher's? Imagine the belief underneath. I must earn love. Anger means danger. Silence is safest. Notice what role you step into. When you name the cycle out loud, this is where I give up my needs. This is where I shrink back. The loop loses its grip. Each small act of awareness is like turning the record needle to a new track, letting a different story play. Healing isn't just about letting go of the past. It's about changing the future by seeing the present with compassion and courage, one layer at a time. At Stoic Daily, we believe awareness is the root of transformation. Drop in the comments. I see my patterns and I choose to break them. What role are you ready to outgrow? 5. Letting go isn't weakness. It's the start of freedom. Letting go hurts, but holding on hurts more. Quiet suffering isn't always in fresh wounds. It's in carrying the memory of something long finished. An old relationship, a lost dream, a future you never lived, kept painfully alive inside. You tell yourself that letting go means forgetting, or that it somehow erases what mattered. But real letting go is an act of strength, a decision to stop pouring your energy into what's already gone. The mind clings to pain, hoping to change the past, but every replay, every what if, reopens the wound. The Stoics were blunt. Epictetus taught, "We suffer not from the events themselves, but from our judgment about them." You cannot undo the storm that is already past, but you can stop standing in the rain long after the sky has cleared. Letting go isn't apathy. It's choosing not to let your story end in suffering. Pain disguised as loyalty can become part of your identity. The ego whispers, if you let go, it means you didn't care. But your soul knows better. Peace isn't about winning or closure, it's about acceptance. True freedom begins when you name the cost. How much energy? How many mornings? How much hope have you spent grieving what isn't coming back? Try this. Notice what you're still clutching after it's gone. Old love, missed chances, words left unsaid. Allow yourself to grieve fully. Let the sadness, the longing, even the regret move through you, but don't let it set up home. Ask yourself, what has holding on stolen from me? What is waiting for me when I free my hands and heart? Imagine letting go as opening a clenched fist. Strength isn't in the grip, it's in the release. The future can only enter hands that are finally empty. At Stoic Daily, we believe letting go is an act of self-respect, not defeat. Drop in the comments. I choose freedom over attachment. What are you ready to finally release today? 6. You are not your wound. Who are you without your pain? It's a question that rattles the soul because for so long, Your deepest wounds can start to feel like your name: the betrayal, the shame, the loss. These stories become armor, heavy yet familiar, shaping how you see yourself and how you move through the world. We tell our story with scars, thinking, "This pain is who I am," but it isn't. You are not what broke you. You are what you rebuild, one small act of self-respect at a time. The wound is a chapter, not your entire story. True healing means letting go of the identity you built around hurt, not to erase the pain, but to finally set it down. The ego clings to old wounds for safety, for structure, for an excuse not to risk growth or trust again. But the Stoics teach this clearly. You are not your emotions or your circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." That's not denial, it's reclamation. You get to write the next page. Carl Jung called us to face our shadows, not to become them, but to integrate and move beyond. Healing starts when you stop needing pain as proof you survived and begin letting strength and love define you instead. This isn't instant. It happens in quiet moments when you tell your story without letting it dim your light, when you notice a trigger and choose calm, when you show up real instead of rehearsed. Try this. This week, practice telling your story in the past tense. What happened, not who you are. Forgive yourself for the ways you coped. Forgive yourself for holding on for so long as it felt safe. Ask yourself, if I weren't defined by my pain, who could I be today? That grounded whole self is still within you, waiting for you to remember. At Stoic Daily, we believe your identity is the love you give and the peace you build, not the pain you endured. Drop in the comments. I am more than my wounds. What truth are you finally ready to live beyond? 7. Listen to the wisdom of your body. The mind may forget, but the body remembers. Ever walked into a room and felt uneasy for no reason, or flinched at a sound without understanding why? That's not just fear, it's memory stored not in your mind, but in your muscles, breath, posture, and tension. Emotional pain persists in the body, even when the mind attempts to rationalize it away. Every unspoken truth, every swallowed feeling, every time you pretended to be okay, your body quietly keeps the score, shaping your experience from within until you finally listen. Your body isn't just a shell, it's the messenger for your soul. A heavy chest, a tight jaw, exhaustion that logic can't solve. These are signals, not failures. They're invitations to pay attention, to acknowledge what needs healing. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." But what's rarely said is that the unconscious lives not only in thought, but in flesh and breath. Healing often starts with a gentle softening, a willingness to feel what's present, not just to think about it. The Stoics lived this truth before psychology gave it words. Seneca believed, "A calm mind depends on a balanced body." That discipline, not punishment, brings emotional stability. The body must be trained, not broken, and kept strong, not enslaved by comfort or fear. Modern science agrees. True healing means including the body, not escaping it. Try this. For the next few days, bring your awareness to your body. Where do you hold tension? What aches without a physical cause? When tears want to rise, let them. When your breath wants to deepen, allow it to do so. Movement, stretching, even a hand over your heart. These simple acts invite release. Ask yourself, what is my body trying to say that my mind ignores? Sometimes healing is already happening in your body, even while your mind is still catching up. Let presence, not explanation, be your practice. At Stoic Daily, we believe true peace is built when mind and body are in dialogue, not at war. Drop in the comments. I trust my body's wisdom. What message is your body giving you today? 8. Feelings are weather, not identity. Emotions can feel overwhelming, like a storm that will never end, flooding every corner of your mind and body. Maybe it's heartbreak, shame, or rage. In the moment, it feels permanent. But here's the truth: no feeling is forever. Every emotion rises, crashes, and eventually moves on. The pain that once felt endless is now just a memory. You are still here, breathing, living proof that storms pass. The Stoics understood this illusion. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your hardest emotions are not a life sentence. They're a growth path if you let them move through you instead of clinging or resisting. You are not the feeling. You are the sky that holds the storm. Even your darkest moments cannot define you unless you allow them to. Most of us have learned to judge or hide our emotions, labeling them as problems. But ignored emotions only dig deeper. The only way out is through. Next time a wave of feeling rises, sadness, anger, grief, name it gently, without shame. This is sadness. This is fear. Let it be. Breathe. Witness the feeling instead of fighting it. Each act of stillness, each breath of acceptance is a signal to your nervous system. This too will pass. Try this. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now that I'm convinced is forever? Let the emotion move through you like a wave, not a verdict. Remember, you are not your feelings. You are the one who observes, who survives, who rises when the storm is gone. At Stoic Daily, we believe that feelings are like the weather, not a defining part of your identity. Drop in the comments. I am the sky, not the storm. What emotion are you ready to let pass through today? 9. Silence is where true healing begins. Silence can feel unsettling, not because of the quiet itself, but because of what rises when the noise fades away. In a world addicted to distraction, true stillness is rare and powerful. Most people fill every gap with chatter, content, or constant movement, all to avoid meeting themselves. But real healing doesn't begin with noise, advice, or endless self-help. It starts in the sacred space of silence where nothing is demanded and every buried truth can finally breathe. Sit with the discomfort. Notice how silence isn't emptiness, it's presence. It's the place where your old stories loosen their grip, where the body can speak its aches and the soul can whisper truths you've ignored. The Stoics used silence not to escape life, but to face it. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." In silence, you see the stories you've carried, the fears that aren't real, the pain that isn't your identity. But most people avoid silence because it demands honesty. You can't wear your mask there. Everything hidden rises not to destroy you, but to be seen, felt, and released. Jung believed, "Solitude is for me a fountain of healing, which makes my life worth living." Not because silence is easy, but because in it, you finally meet the parts of yourself you've abandoned. Try this. Each day, carve out even just 10 minutes with no phone, no music, no answers, only breath and awareness. Let whatever surfaces come up. Don't run. Let tears fall. Let old thoughts complete themselves. Ask, when was the last time I gave myself silence? Not as punishment, but as a gift. Listen, not for solutions, but for presence. In that stillness, healing arrives quietly. The part of you that has always known you were whole finally awakens. At Stoic Daily, we believe the medicine you seek is found in the silence you're willing to keep. Drop in the comments. I choose silence as my healing. When will you give yourself that gift this week? The real journey begins when you claim your power. What you've just experienced isn't just a lesson, it's an invitation. Every key you've unlocked was already waiting within you. You were never broken, never unworthy, just carrying pain that no one showed you how to set down. Now you know. What you resist will keep you trapped, but what you accept becomes your doorway to peace. Surrender isn't defeat, it's freedom. Acceptance isn't a weakness, it's the start of healing. Your ego will always try to cling to the old wound, but your soul is ready to be free. The patterns you carry are not your fate. They're maps back to self-awareness. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about releasing. It's about finally choosing yourself. You are not your wound. You are your response. Your body, your feelings, your silence, all are guides, not prisons. The pain you've survived is not punishment. It's a portal, a passageway to a version of you that is powerful because you are honest, not because you are hardened. The only question that matters now is this: what will you do with what you know? Don't wait for a perfect moment, for closure, or for someone else's permission. Begin now, in the smallest act of stillness, in a single, silent breath, in choosing yourself over your story. If this journey moved you, breathe it in. Share it with someone who needs a sign that healing is possible. Subscribe and join a community that is walking this path with purpose, with depth, and with clarity. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the self you were always meant to be before pain told you to forget. You are not here to remain in suffering. You are here to rise through it, one conscious choice at a time. At Stoic Philosophy Daily, we believe true strength begins in honesty and ends in action. Comment below. I choose to rise. What's your next step on this journey?
If you're seeking more, discover the full path on my channel, Stoic Philosophy Daily.